I'm the oldest in the family, and when I was 19 years old, I stood shoulder to shoulder with my mother and father and brother and sister, all of our neighbors, all of our competitors, everybody that was there to celebrate our failure, and watch them auction off 25 years of our family's work. Even right down to my mother's car and our house. And it was truly a survival situation. I hadn't had that deep heartbreak, scared feeling so severely as I did the last March when COVID hit. It was really a scary moment that perhaps the last 37 years was deja vu. Here we go again.
So I think in March of 2020, nobody really knew how bad this was going to be.
We had supply chain issues at grocery stores. We had supply chain issues within restaurants.
Much of our customer base was in the food service segment. Restaurants, stadiums, schools, universities.
We were living week by week, thinking, okay, any day now this thing's gonna go away. And that certainly wasn't the case.
Everybody's phone's going off. It was these text messages. Our governor shut down restaurants. And then it was real.
To not take these actions today will cost lives. People will die if we do not make these decisions. And I don't know any other way of saying it. How long this order will be in effect, we don't frankly know.
Once the shutdown happened here, we were immediately impacted. And some of our orders, if they either were placed, they were canceled, and we even had orders that had gone out to shipment that people were trying to cancel because they no longer could utilize our food products in their offerings. All of it was just shut down. The biggest thing that we saw was just uncertainty.
The adapt or die concept or mantra has probably never been more true than it was in this last year for all of us. We've all had to adjust.
Taking that moment to stop everything and just pause allowed us to really rethink our business model.
Somebody asked me to consider this our normal state of affair for 2 years. Assume this is going to be here for 2 years. What would you do differently today? And that statement stopped me in my tracks. Once we realized the nature of the pandemic, we started to pool our resources together to address the concerns that many of our franchise operators had at that time.
Like many of my colleagues in the distilling industry, we turned to making hand sanitizer. We did a little bit differently because we partnered very early on with the Cleveland Clinic. Wound up making hand sanitizer for their 51,000 frontline healthcare workers.
We had lots of product available, we just had no place to go with it. The thing that we thought that we could do the quickest and perhaps be the most help was to be able to pivot to home delivery.
You can't telework in manufacturing. The bottle's going down the line, the sauces need to be mixed and tested and approved, and that can't happen remotely. We needed to have people in the building actually doing the hands-on work that needed to be done to ensure the quality of all of our products.
For a while there, those essential workers became bigger contributors to the entire recovery of the pandemic.
I'm grateful we got the head start that our governor gave us. You know, it hurt at first, but it allowed us to make some changes faster than the rest of the industry. And it's really important that we stayed that course and made it work.
We said, look, we know that there's going to be a future, there's going to be an end to this, so we have to continue doing that so that we're ready as we come out of it and have the production capability that we need in the future. So we're still doing demo. We've been working with architects and engineers and everybody else as part of this process. And so one of the things we also did was not slow down.
Look, this thing was devastating. We've all lost loved ones, and we all have friends and family that have really suffered from this. But you always got to look for some silver lining in every single disaster that happens. I have seen more creativity and more ingenuity, and out of the ashes of this devastation, there will be new ways to be able to do things. And that's what we do in this country, is we figure things out.
Change is coming. There's a light out from the sun. A new time, a new day, a new world is coming.
If I had any advice to give myself from before this happened or right in the mix of it, I would say keep going. Forward is the only option. You could understand your pivot points and be flexible enough to be able to change with the market, because it will change, but keep going.
We're making the world a better place, one person at a time. Making the world a better place, one day at a time. And it starts right now. Change the world.
For a year, Ohioans have made sacrifices to save lives and keep our state moving forward.
We learned that diversification is critical if you want to maintain your business.
We learned how flexible we could be. And I think we learned that as a team, people were willing to step up.
They have heart for what they're doing and the cause associated with it.
It's still on brand, it's still doing exactly what it's here to do. It's just doing it for a different audience, when that audience needed it most.
We have a very simple mission statement, and that's every day make good whiskey and do the right thing. It's that simple.
And it starts right now. Change the world.
We are Ohioans, we're Buckeyes, we're strong, and we will finish the job.
Change the world.